Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Cardano. Before we jump into the price action, just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it is free to join. Okay, so before we jump into the micro counting here, I want to just talk about a few things. So within the structure, I'm still looking for that possibility of the diagonal to the downside, and we were talking about this for quite a while now. We haven't invalidated it. We didn't move up past this 4400 area, and potentially we could still be looking for a move in a three-wave structure down past this 2288. So what we'd want to see here is we wouldn't want to move back above this fourth wave, and we would want to maintain below this 4400. Moving below this would invalidate this potential as a diagonal to the downside here. And effectively, we would be looking for this to be potentially the start of that move. So we're going to talk about this in a few, because there is a few ways of counting this move. Potentially we could count this as an A, a B, and then a C up. And if that's the case, potentially it could be this other option. But for as long as we remain below this 4400, we need to be aware that we could see continuation down here in a zigzag, looking to actually target out this 2288 at least. But looking to also cross this 2392 and set a new low here. So that is the one way that I'm looking at this move. The alternative way that I'm currently tracking it, for as long as we stay below this X wave here at this 59.39, is that the possibility that we could still be within this within the Z wave here. And what we'd be looking for would be the potential that within here we have this as an A, looking to form a B, and then we're looking to form that C wave down. So really, for as long as we stay below this X wave high here, we could argue that we are still within the Z wave, which the potential one-to-one target would actually be here towards this 2178 region. So we need to be a little bit cautious within this. We could say that it has completed into here, and potentially we're starting to move up, but really until we take this X wave high, we don't have any confirmation of that, and we could have both of these bearish options still playing out to the downside. Okay, so let's talk about the moves that we currently do have to the upside here. And I'm just going to turn off this for now. Basically, what I was looking at, I'm going to come down into smaller time frames here now. And basically, what we were talking about within this structure is, if I turn on that, we're talking about a couple of options within here. We were saying that potentially we could look at this as an A, a B, and a C, which would fit into that diagonal pattern. Looking at this potentially as some kind of a diagonal in here, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 to the upside. It's not the best example of it, so I'm rather tracking. I do think that there's more likely that we're going to see another leg to the upside here, but really, unless we come back up past this B wave high, we have to just be aware that this could just have a sell off directly. So, what are we looking at within the structure? So, basically, we're looking at this as completing into this high here, and then looking for this as a flat correction. Technically speaking, we've come down low enough here that this could be completed. And, potentially, if I just throw this onto here, throw this onto there. So we've come down past that 1618 if we're measuring it this way. If we look at it this way, however, we've also come down to that 1-to-1 with the 0.618 being achieved already of this. So, potentially we could look to push down deeper, but for the most part, it has met that requirement of this as a flat correction. So basically what we need to be aware of here is that we could be looking to actually reverse to the upside in the C wave, which could potentially move towards this 49.65. Alternatively, this could be a 1-2, and then we look to push up higher here towards a 67.93. We don't have confirmation yet, and there are a few ways of still counting this move with potential to go down, so we need to be aware that this could look to break down. At the moment, all we have to the upside here is a three-wave structure. This could develop into something impulsive, but at the moment we don't have confirmation of that. So we need to be aware that, even if this is a flat completed into this low point here, potentially what we could have here is we could form something like this as a corrective pattern. as a three wave move here, and then potentially look to break down one more time for a C wave. Depending on how high this comes, would effectively change the target of this, which if we moved up towards this golden pocket and this 665 area, 065 area, basically we would be looking towards this 2605 as a 1-to-1. So we need to just keep an eye on this. Obviously, if we do get a bigger, so if we look at this as an a B, and we get a C wave that actually pushes below this 2392, then basically what we'd have to say is we actually completed into this high here, looking at this whole move as a corrective move, and then would that diagonal option would then be coming, would be my first count that I would be watching, looking to see how we react at that what was it, 2283 area. So if we do actually move up here into the zone, potentially we could look at this. I mean, this channel is just sort of a predictive channel. We don't have enough touch points here, but potentially, we could look to actually move back up into the top end of this channel, maybe challenge this 50% or towards a 618 area. This could be an interesting zone if we do manage to push up this high, and then we could look for that continuation. We do also have that potential, like I said, that this C wave is starting. So we need to just be a little bit cautious within this move up currently. It hasn't confirmed anything. So the way that we're looking at this move would be basically a 1, 2, 3 into here, triangle for a 4, and then basically this fifth wave would have come into this low here. So there is other ways we can count this as well. Potentially you could just count this as an entire corrective move as a W, an X, and a Y into here. And then, potentially we get a connector wave here, and then we look to push down, but that wouldn't fit into that flat narrative. So this is why I'm currently looking to see if we actually get a bigger reaction up here, looking to take out some key zones, and then looking to see what kind of structure plays out after this. If we do move up in just a three wave move into this zone of this 3886 to this 3488, potentially we could see another five wave move down, in which case then, we'd have to look at this as a zigzag to the downside, which would then throw cold water on that idea of this as a flat here. Unless, like I said, this has become an A, a B, and then we're getting a bigger correction here as a B wave or wave 2, where we're looking at this as a 1 or an A. Okay, so now let's talk about this move to the upside here. So currently what I'm looking at is within the structure, it has started off quite a nice impulsive move here, and I'm going to come into the smaller time frames. And what I'm looking for here for further confirmation. So there's two ways that I'm looking at this. So what I want to see here within this option, if we are looking for that breakout, what we need to do is maintain this high. We cannot cross below this 3228. If we cross below this, it would invalidate this count the way that we have it, unless it was becoming a diagonal pattern, which, I mean, it's possible, but yeah, if we do cross this wave one, then what I would be looking for would be the alternative option, which we're going to be talking about in a second. But basically, for as long as we hold above this 3210, well, actually, it would have to be this 3228. Potentially we could look for this continuation to the upside in a five wave move to play out, which could look to take us up towards this 3525 to this 3460 range. If we do actually move up into this area, what I would then be looking for would be that possibility of finding support again in this range of this 3220 down to this 3078. And this would be our secondary support box here. So this would be looking at this then as a 1 and a 2, and then looking for the possibility to push up as a bigger five wave structure. So this is looking for a breakout here. We need to bear in mind, it is also possible that we fail to reach this zone here of this 4080, and we just get a three wave move to the upside. So this is still possible. We need to just keep an eye on this. We could form this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come back in a three wave move here, form another five wave move that doesn't manage to move up high enough to count as a third wave. And then, basically we'd only get confirmation really when we cross this low point of this 2976. But yeah, if we want to see an impulse here, we'd want to start to see this sort of progressing up after we form this 1 and this 2. And we'd want to see a move up towards this 40 80 region, in which case we'd look for a fourth and a fifth wave to play out. So these we'd have to just monitor this fourth if we do move up this high and see whether it actually comes in, or whether this just becomes a bigger A, a B, and then a C, and then we actually break down and take the low. Okay, so this is the simple way we're looking at it. The alternative is, potentially if we do come back and cross this wave one high. So this is looking for that possibility, that we come back and we have this as a 1, 2, 1, come back for a 2, and then we actually progress up in a bigger structure here. So within this, technically speaking, we could actually lose this this wave one high here at this 32.28. And what we'd be looking for within this basically would be that within this structure here, potentially we have a completed move, and we're looking to actually come back down into this zone here of this 32.09 to this 30.95. For as long as we hold this 30.95, potentially we could look for continuation up. Then we'd have to obviously be careful within this, because there's certain criteria we would have to meet after hitting this zone. So if we do move down towards this area with a three-wave move, what I'd then be looking for, depending on how low we come here, but if we argue potentially this 618 area, which would be this 3162, we'd then have to move up towards this 3871 for confirmation with a bigger five-wave move here, looking for this wave 3 to play out. If we fail to move up there, effectively, what we could just have here is an A, a B, and a C. We make a three-wave move down, and then we make one more move to the upside in a C wave. And, this whole move could just become an A, B, and a C up three-wave structures. And that would then potentially lead us to a sell-off down past this 30-cent 13 region. So, we need to, if we want to look for this impulse up, we have to be careful. We need to get a nice clean move up here, either as a 1 2 1 2, or alternatively as a 1 2 3 4 5, finding support and then get that bigger push to the upside. Like I said, until we actually cross this 44-cent region, we cannot invalidate that potential of that diagonal, and we need to just be cautious, because potentially we could just do a three-wave move here and break down again for another bigger five-wave structure. So that's what we're looking out for, in essence. So yeah, like I said, this is the other way that I'm looking at it. Potentially, if we fail to move up high enough to achieve those impulses, what we could see is something rather like this, where we get this as an A, a B, and a C to the upside. Potentially, we form three-wave move down, looking to target out some of these lower zones. Like I said, this 3190 to this 3066, and then potentially looking for another push to the upside for a C wave, but that only manages to achieve like a 1-to-1, or doesn't have the correct structure. So we need to be aware of this. Moving back up towards this channel in a three-wave structure would indicate to me that we're potentially going to see continuation to the downside again. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much what we're looking out for now. It's going to be important whether we manage to hold this key zone. The overall zone that we're looking to maintain if we want to remain bullish is basically this 33.54 to this 27-cent region. If we just form, that three-wave structure up here and we start to break below this 27-cent region, it becomes less likely that we are in the count where we're looking for this green C wave to the upside, which is towards that 49.65. And, we'd have to start anticipating that at this point, it's probably more likely that we're going to lose this low of this 23.92. Though, sometimes we can get these deeper moves, but, if it starts to get too big here to the side and breaking down, it becomes less sort of plausible that we're still looking for this continuation up. So if we're looking for a direct move up, we need to hold this 29.81. If we are looking for that possibility, we could actually still move up into this as a B wave, come back down, and then look to move up after that. But yeah, I wouldn't want to see it become much bigger than it already is. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links for PrimeXBT and BYBIT down there. Check them out. Great exchanges we use on a regular basis when we do our trades. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care out there.